All right, I'm up to about 700 RPM. Still going very slow because this is very soft driftwood. Not exactly sure what shape I'm going for. So we're just going to have to wait and see what it looks like. I'm just kind of carving out a dish in the top here. Getting a little bit of a candy dish made. I don't want to take a lot off the height. And this is kind of narrow because I can go quite a bit further. Okay, so I can do a fairly nice sized dish here. Cool. Let's go up to 800 RPM. I hear pieces flying all over the room. I literally had to put, this is so soft, I had to put double-sided tape on the chuck. Just to make sure it was secure enough. So I didn't have it flying around the room like normal. Okay, let's see how this is looking. I just want to get this, I want to leave enough of a side. I would like to have a bit of a waterfall effect on the sides. So I'm not sure how far out I want to take this bowl. I just want to get the depth of the bowl determined. And then I think the smartest thing is to get my depth for the bowl, then do my sides, and then do my waterfall on the side, and then decide how wide I want the diameter of the bowl to be. Sorry. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me just see. All right, somebody let me know if they can hear me or not. I don't know. I can't tell if anybody can hear me. All right, I don't want to go too much deeper here. Ooh, way too fast. That's going to go flying. All right, I think you can hear me. Okay, hey Alex. That's my nephew Alex. Anybody who's watching. Hi, honey. You got to come back and do some wood turning with me. Okay, that's not going to work. I don't want to go too much deeper because I have a recess tenon or recess in the back there. And at least I know my chat's working. Thank you, Alex. It's getting nervous. My normal crew is usually on here by now. All right. I think that's all I'm going to leave for the bowl right now. This is really punky. I'm gonna go deeper again, but I just want to get these sides done so that I know. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, we're going to do this. It's basically just going to be doing this one spot over here. Yeah, Alex, my inspiration buddy. So I'm just going to have to get this high spot that's here off first so that I can move the tool rest closer. But this is the scary part that I'm afraid it's going to come flying off because that's why. Because the whole thing just broke. It's so soft, this wood. It's just breaking apart. Put a little bit more double-sided tape on here, some new. I'm almost ready to hot glue this on. My allergies all of a sudden kicked up. It's like, what the heck? As soon as I needed to start speaking, my allergies kicked up. And I don't want to cough into the microphone. So there's one. Time number one of it flying off. I'm sure there'll be more. Alex is a natural wood turner. very, very first time wood turning. He did amazing. Let's move this a little closer. He did absolutely incredible. Very first time out. So he is a natural wood turner. Hey, Jody. So, okay, Jody. So it flew off the lathe for the first time. Alex, you haven't seen a lot of my live streams, but usually a day doesn't go by without something flying off the lathe. All right, there we go. We've got all four sides. We'll see. We'll see. If the wood falls apart, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much tape I have on there. Alex, the worst one was the blank that you and I put together with that one, with the hollowed out log that you carried, the hollowed out log that you carried in for me, and I filled it with resin. That one went flying off the lathe and broke two of my cameras. Luckily, it went away from me and not toward me. But it ended up being one of the most beautiful bowls I ever did. So there we go. Jody, you might just be learning what not to do. Okay. That's about as good as it's going to get. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see if this is going to work. Because I'm so far out here that I'm too far away from the center, and it's pressing and it's just breaking the wood. We're going to see. Let's try. Go slower. I'll try to be more gentle and not be so rammy. So I'd like to get this to be, hey Johnny, I'd like to get this to be a smooth surface because I'd like to do some painting on this, some staining. Let's just see if I got the chunk off. Still a little ways to go. Hey, Billy. So last week I had a voice, but my microphone wasn't working. Now this week my microphone's working and I have like no voice thanks to allergies. Hey, Wes. That looks scary. Well, it weighs like nothing, Wes, so it's not as scary as it looks. It's such a dried out piece of driftwood that the wood just keeps crumbling from the truck. There's not a huge amount of turning to do with this because there's not that much I can do with it. Let's switch you to the other angle. And I want to get this smooth and make it look almost like a waterfall thing. Kind of like, okay, so last week, if anybody watched last week, I did this. The second half of my live stream today will be pyrography to do all feathers. I'm going to make it look like a bird in flight. At least that's the plan. Right, let's make sure this is tight. I'm going to just put some blue tape on my edges. I need a little visual to make sure I don't rip half my hand off with that edge going. A little closer. Yeah, it's just a piece of driftwood that I got actually in North Carolina. At Drifter's Wood on Route 17 in Supply, North Carolina. Everybody say hi to my nephew, Alex. I actually, Wes, I didn't go on my trip yet. I am going on Saturday down to South Carolina. Might go by Supply. Got some more driftwood. All right, there was a big knot here. Let's just see if I got rid of that. Almost finished with that. This tape is not even sticking. Like, this is crazy. This wood is so soft. See, there's Alex. He's the best nephew I have. There we go. Actually, I'm his great aunt. Isn't that scary? Told you guys I was an old lady. Sorry, I have to keep stopping this. I just want to see. Oh, I'm gonna be using a lot of sanding sealer on this, huh? Very funky. So dry. Well, I'm going to make Alex say that I'm not just a great aunt. I'm the greatest. That's right. Greatest aunt is a proud title. That's right. Alex, you should go to these all my friends' channels. They're amazing. Between wood turning and resin work. That's right. I'm the greatest aunt, Alex. And I paid you to say that. All right. Getting there. It's kind of coming it's kind of coming together, what I had in my head. There goes my blue safety guard. Now I'm going to have to be careful. Thank you, Wes. Alex lives in Colorado, but I'm trying to get him to move here. So I'm just doing a skimming. This is so rough. I'm just trying to do a skimming coat, a skim cut. That's hysterical that you say that, Wes, because I don't know. Nobody who knows me would let me near them with the knife. Look at this, how punky. That's awful. That's pretty cool looking, though. Yeah, I've yet to be to Colorado. See, I have to come out there. We go to Wyoming every year. And I love going to Arizona. But two totally different things. But like I confessed to Wes not too long ago, my favorite state in the entire United States, my favorite place to visit was Savannah, Georgia. If it wasn't such a long ride, I'd have my vacation house there. But South Carolina is as long of a ride as I can do. Hey, Chris. All right. So let's say that has to be taken down more on that end to make it, bring it to a point. That piece is going to break off any minute, so I might as well break it off. So Wes, I was trying to find, I knew I had an airbrush somewhere and I was going to try to copy a little painting from Benjamin there. And I couldn't figure out how to get the airbrushes to work. So I'm going to just use a sponge. I don't know if anybody else on here would know what I'm talking about. But I know Wes does. All right, that's to a point, and that's to a point. So there we go. So I'm gonna now actually gonna spray this. Sorry about that. Well, it's Prime Days, Wes, so I think I'll just be ordering a new one with new directions. The one I had was really old, and I couldn't figure out. Let's take a little bit more out of the middle here, I think. Yeah, I have plenty. Hey, Amy. This is too low. What happened? Just try to get this a little bit more out. This is so soft, it's like styrofoam. And then I'll switch to resin and be like, ah! At least I know it's going to soak up the stain. Okay, I really like this shape. Oh, this is cool. I like it. I like it. That's unusual for me to like it like that. All right, I just want to go over this outer edge with a scraper. I want to just try to smooth over a little bit. So this is a negative rake scraper. I carve all my scrapers to be negative rake, so they could be used for resin or wood. The only problem with them is that they dull more quickly, but it's worth it to not have to have separate tools. And going over it with the scraper, as you can see, really cuts down on the sanding. I don't want to break a chunk off because I really like the shape of this. And I think it's really going to be cool with this, with the stain. Oh, I'm excited now. All right. So let's just sand this up. It's not really a lot of turning on this part. And then the stem and the base will have more. Hello, Survivor. Survival. Welcome to the channel. So it dawned on me I could use the same kind of concept I was using on the pendants on anything. So I can layer the different colors of stain. All right, I'm going to use this just because this is too rough of an edge for me to be sticking my hand next to. It actually smoothed up better than I thought. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, so if it's not the wood flying off the lathe, it's the sanding bit flying off the drill. Well, who knows where that went, so let's get another one. Let's slow this down a little. Jeez Louise. All right, guess what? We're going to do it this way. This is a really cool looking. Be well, Jody. Thanks for coming on. It's a cool looking piece of wood, isn't it? The wood grain is insane. This moved out much faster than I expected it to. Wow. It was so punky. I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get it to a smooth surface. What I like about this thing is it's not going to cover up all this wood grain. I mean, it will some, but All right, that's pretty smooth. All right, I'm really not going to do much more sanding than that. Let's just unlock this and do a little bit more in the center. I have a piece here on the side of the center that I really don't want to lose. So I'm trying not to put too much pressure on it. It's pretty good. Okay. Hey, Rosie. I miss my Rosie. Hey, Weekend. The Benners. So make sure there's no big lines like this one right here. I think that was in the wood itself. Oh, we had a lot of fun. We went to a psychic. Hey, Vinny. And we had a party, and and just gabbed nonstop. Right, Ro? All right, so I think the majority of the smoothness for this is going to end up coming from polyacrylic. That's going to have to fill in all these voids because there's no way I can fill them all in. But I think it's going to be really cool. All right, so now comes the fun part. I'm putting some color on it. I think I'm just going to use red and orange. I was going to use some purple. But this wood grain is way cooler than I thought it was going to be. So I don't really want to cover too much of it. Oh, it got too warm for me to get my wedding ring off. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be cool, right? Now comes the fun part, I think, hopefully. See, if I had the airbrush, this would take half the time. And it would use half the stain. Airbrush would be a much thinner coating. So I guess Amazon Prime days are going to get my business. I'm sorry, this is Artisan wood stain. I usually, I used to be so against putting any color on wood because I was like, I love the wood grain. And then it finally, actually watching Benjamin Winkle, I realized a lot of times the stain brings the wood grain out more. So it's not necessarily an either or. You can have the wood grain showing. So I know this probably doesn't look so good yet. Oh, I just sprayed it all across the room. Now all of a sudden I'm starting to really love doing color. Huh? Yes, you did just get a name drop. See? I said you taught me that what did your ears burn? That it doesn't have to be either or as far as the color goes. I can still have wood grain and have color. Okay. Oh, I didn't use it all up amazingly. Let's dry this a little. Looks like a big ruby, yeah. But it's not going to stay that way. Now I'm going to sand off a lot of the red. and go over it with the yellow. Come on, stay. Trying to get this to stay here so that I can get that sandpaper. Hi, Mike. It is a pretty red, isn't it, Ben? Amy, Alex is my nephew, my great nephew. Rosie, that's my brother Kevin's grandson. Okay, there we go. Let's get this. All right. So now I'm just going over this with the 600. Hold on. The underside's going to stay red because I can't sand that away. Benjamin, I found my airbrush and it's a piece of crap. I bought it years ago to do fingernails, and then I think my son got to it, so at the end of that, I'm just going to order a new one. Okay, we're going to have to go with a little bit stronger for a minute. It just soaks up a lot. Not going to get any yellow on here if I don't get this off. What? Why did it say screen ended? I did not end it, I promise. It says my stream is still good. Be well, Johnny. Why do I still have my helmet on? Oh gosh, I still have this darn helmet on. All right, let's just do this a little. That's it. I don't really want to go over it a lot. Step it on. Hopefully this works. Now this is not going to show up much till it starts to dry. Oh, there. Oh, it got so quiet. So as this dries, this will show a little bit more orangey. Oh, this is cool looking, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. Yeah, nice. I like it. Okay. Now, gotta just let that dry. Do you see it? How cool. Like here, it's already drying. You can really see the yellow. Oh, that's gonna be cool. All right, let's do a base. Okay, wait, don't take these off until I remove this from there. Well, at least it stayed on for me to turn it. But you can see how that's going to look there. I like it. Okay. I'm going to put this over here to dry.
And let's take all that tape off. I literally had to put tape. Is that Mike? Hey, Mike. I have not been on Discord in so long. Been really antisocial. It's just not good. Ay, ay, ay. Now this, my bandsaw broke. So I was not able to make this more round. So it's just going to take a little bit more turning. Wasn't planning on it. Which one looks the most centered? Let's go here. Like really uneven. So we're going to use a tailstock. Thank you, Mike. I've had this piece of driftwood sitting there. That actually was more centered than I thought it was. Oh. Hey, Rainy. Okay. So forward. Oh, no. So I just need to make a base here. Okay. Oh, my helmet's not staying on. Whatever.
Hey, Vince. I don't want to be responsible for you driving and watching this at the same time, Vince. Oh, gosh. Gosh. You're not. I'm making a raised candy dish again. I really love the look of them, so I'm gonna. I watched too many Cindy Drozda videos, so now I got that in my head. So right at the moment, I'm just making the base. So this piece of scrap wood was just, believe it or not, so you know how wood turners are, we never throw anything away. This was the pith cut out of a giant log. And I just coated both sides with Elmer's glue and just let it sit here. And then I just cut out this square. There's a big crack there. Oh well. There's lots of cracks in the whole thing, so I guess the base will match. All right, so let's see if I can clean this up without the tailstock. This is way low. I'm going to leave this here to put the stem in. All right, let's just turn this around. Yeah, can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to clean this up. Well, that didn't work the way I wanted. All right. Yeah. Actually, that's stupid. Let me just do this. Oh, silly. That was silly what I was doing. And yes, all you men can laugh at me. I am not strong enough to get this off.
So I won't be doing any more live streams for a few weeks now. Going on vacation on Saturday, and I'll be away for 2 weeks. So I might do some videos, but no more live streams, I don't think. Let's just hope this is big enough. It's not going to be. Can you believe it? Come on, a little bit more, a little more. I know this isn't a very secure hold, but just need the chance to clean this up. I think I will have a good time, Amy. I'm going South Carolina, and my granddaughters will be there. What the heck is going on with this? And actually, I got a resin kit. I think I told you about it, Amy. I got a resin kit to teach my 7-year-old granddaughter how to do resin. All right. It is pretty there. We have a little vacation thing there, a condo. Love it. I thought once the kids were grown and out of the house, oh, I'd be there all the time. And then I discovered wood turning. And now I don't want to leave. I don't want to go away. I'll stay home and play. Oh, really? You're going to go to North Carolina? Where in North Carolina are you thinking? Blue Ridge Mountains, yeah, beautiful. We were supposed to go to Asheville a few years ago, and then COVID hit, and the whole vacation got canceled. So what do you think? You think I should do this base in red as well? And then do the stem black? Actually, the stem is mahogany, or yeah. So black, and then the stem, or red, and then the stem black. Okay, let's do that now so that that dries. I'm just going to do it in red though, not red and yellow. Look at how cool this is. This is drying. Oh, yeah. Since I didn't use all the red up, surprisingly. Wow, this is really an ugly color red. I'm going to have to add something to it. Too red. Maybe once it dries, it'll match the other. All right. Nope, that's not going to match at all. So maybe I'll put a little black on it later. Okay, let's do our stem. I just want to do this short. I don't want to do a long stem. You just oh gosh, pay attention. Getting a little rammy there. Sorry about that. Not thinking about what I'm doing, I'm thinking about what I want to do next. So there. That's the problem. Okay. Oh yeah. They're out of the pressure cooker. They're right here. That's it. Right, so let's just do a little sanding first. Where's Kevin? Rosie, where's Kevin? You got it, Amy. Be well. Right. I do not like that red. The dye does come off on the sander. All right. So there's my little base. It has a little nubby there. Take this off. Okay. Okay. There we go. And I am not liking this base at all. Not at all. But I can put some black. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm going to put some black on there. I'm going to use black stain instead of India ink because that might be a little bit more translucent. I'm going to try the dry brushing method I tried to learn last week for the base. So this can be totally dark. That's fine. Okay. That's fine for this to be totally black. So this can be totally dark. That's fine. We're going to mute. Okay. But I'm going to try to dry brush. Just want to darken this up a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. All right, this is a little bit more now like what the top is. Let me put a little bit more on. Now this looks a little bit more like the bowl part. Just needed to darken it up a little bit. Wes, I have still to my flying seagull bowl from last week. I have to do pyrography on it. I think it's going to be kind of cool. All right, so this can be totally random. I'm not worried about this at all. Sorry. Thought I had everything I needed, but clearly not. Yeah, here's, if I had extra time today, I was going to do this. So here I drew it all on there, all feathers. So I'm just going to go over that with pyrography. Okay, this is doopy. You know, CA glue is amazing, but I don't know how I'm supposed to keep it from resealing itself. Okay, I'm going to just... Let's try doing this. Now this has to continue to dry before I can put any sealant on it, but I think it's going to be really cool looking. And now I can go sit outside to do my pyrography. So I have to do the, I have to seal the underside here. But I do think I like it. I think I'll probably clean up the underside a little so that this sits a little straighter. But let's switch to the tailstock. You can see that's kind of cool, right? Let's see if this is glued. And then you can see all the wood grain. And when I put the sealant on it, I just can't put the sealant on until it dries. Otherwise, it's just going to be a mess. So I can't do that yet. But I think when I put the sealant on it, it's going to make all those colors pop. But you can see all this part here. That'll be cool, right? Totally unique. Driftwood candy dish. And I just can't wait for these colors to dry so that it can really really see the wood grain and stuff. I'm glad I didn't use the purple because I think the purple would have been too much. Yeah, I mean, this wood grain and with the red and the yellow, I mean, I got to turn it so that you can see the color. Right? Pretty cool. Would Benjamin Winkle be proud of me for my color adventure? I'm usually so terrified of color. So I'm going to clean up the underside. This is not sticking at all. I have to clean up this underside here and put some dye in it. And probably just chisel this away. Put some dye in it and then set this in there and glue this on. Ben would be proud. Yay! My color adventure. Yes. Now I just have to use my Amazon Prime days and order a airbrush. But I think, considering the fact that I didn't have an airbrush, I did okay. So, oh, I like it a lot. That's really unique. Really unique. I think it's going to be fun. So I am going to go sit outside and enjoy the weather after 2 days of torrential rain. I'm going to go sit. I'm going to fix the bottom of this, glue it, and let it start to sit and dry. And then I shall post a picture later of it finished. But even the base, see, just putting a little bit of black dry brushing on there made it blend better with the top part. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Mwah. Be well. I'll see you in two. Oh, you know what? That's excellent because there's an Harbor Freight right by my place in Myrtle Beach. And I was just thinking to myself, I should go by Harbor Freight and see if they have airbrush. Excellent. So maybe that would even beat Amazon Prime days. All right. I shall see you all the third week of July. Be well.